moved to Brighton about 5 years ago. It was something which was never planned, but I'm glad I am here because it's a wonderful place and it's really inspired me to do the music I do now. This is my little story and about my journey so far and about making my album Stories of the Sky. This is Halfway to the Sky.
Do you worry about your stutter when you're performing live to an audience?
Yeah. So playing live, I think, as most artists would say, playing live is so scary. It's like you go on stage and there's always these nerves, and I guess typically it's like you could be nervous about forgetting stuff like lyrics or playing or whatever. But I think as a stutterer, when you go on stage, you're always carrying that on the stage, and it's always on my mind. And in fact, I definitely get more nervous about talking than I do playing the songs. So yeah, but I do think, again, on a positive note, it's like the more I've been gigging over these years, the better it gets, and the more confident that I feel.
Before we talk about your new album, I'd like to briefly chat about your first EP you created, which was All You Need.
Yeah.
Now you recorded it in New York, and I'd just like to know how that trip came around to recording it there.
My friend Connor, he got his songs pre-produced there, and I loved the organic feel of what he did, or what the producer did. So he hooked me up with this chap called Kenny. We got chatting, and then like a couple of months later, myself and my partner Steph, we flew there. We recorded my songs, which I'm really proud of, and while we was there, we set up like a little mini tour too.
Dark Stars was the first single off your latest album, Kev. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, so the song is essentially a song about love, and it's about like looking back into the past, and you're with someone then, and that falls apart, and then on your journey as such, you go and find someone new, and then you fall back in love. And at the time and now, I'm really fascinated by space, and I felt like it was it was suited to mix both of those passions. So I was definitely inspired by love and space.
So you put the two together.
Yeah, and then made space love.
Space love.
Yeah. So this is one of my favourite ones, and this is me, and my head is falling to bits really.
Well, I mean, the song sort of largely deals with I suppose anxiety and sort of going through anxiety and coming out the other side. And I wanted an image that both maybe suggested that sort of state you can be in when you're anxious, but also had some peacefulness to it as well. So though he's falling apart, he's sort of becoming one with the kind of universe. And the other little nod to me and Kevin, that one is that I made the moon pink, which is a nod to Nick Drake, who were both sort of big fans about his album Pink Moon. So it was an influence on Kev and on me. So. Changes that challenge you, shape and mold.
I think I felt a little bit cautious about my face being cracked.
Well, you thought it was quite. You were quite, I suppose, moved by the image when you first saw it.
Yeah,
You found it a bit
definitely.
powerful, and you did get a bit anxious about it being a bit too strong, possibly for your lovely folk music. But,
There is 4 music videos made for this album, and I wanted to show people as much variation as possible, because it keeps the interest there. It keeps people watching and listening to the songs. I mean, most importantly, it highlights the feel and what the songs are about. And if you can do that well in a visual way, I think the impact is really strong. I was fortunate to be able to work with so many different teams. If it was the animator, or actors, or even performing with the band, I think that they all highlight a different message, or they all have their own unique way of showing the feel of the songs. Working with these video teams has been a massive part of this project, and I don't think it would be the same without these here. This is our land, this is our world, all for you and me. Water flowing, water falling, lucky are we.
Putting aside your musical passions and aspirations, Kev, your partner Steph is also a dedicated musician. How do you keep the family happy, obviously with Rupert, and is it difficult for you both with such focused visions for your own careers, respectively?
Who goes first?
Go on, you.
Well, I wouldn't say it's difficult, as we don't really see a line between work and life. It's just all one, which is quite nice. And we talk about like our ideas a lot. We have quite a good routine in the morning. We both get up and we go for a coffee and we chat about our day, and kind of set out our ideas, and then both go off and work separately. And
yeah, I think because so me and Steph, we met on tour in Ireland. So I think we was both at a point in our musical journeys, and we both want the same kind of living in the music kind of thing. So we both like
a musical lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, like we both teach from home, and we both write from home, and we both plan our gigs, and we tour together, and so on and so on. So it's like it's a part of
Daily
who
life.
we are,
Yeah.
daily life. Because I guess because there's so much in it. Like we now live in the DIY age. You are the tour booker, the poster builder, the organizer, the writer, the promoter, and so on and so on. So it's like and we have a team.
We work to our strengths, I think.
So what's next then, Kev?
So with the release of this record, I'm definitely gonna be playing it live. I've also started to write album 2, and it's just because recently I've been inspired with writing songs, and I've got a bit of a theme with that, and I've wrote two of those songs, so I'm starting to build on that. So it's just more music and being in music and playing live and touring, and there's going to be a couple more videos coming out too, and so I'm looking forward to showing you all that.
You're all going to be very busy then?
Yeah. Well, it's fun being busy, ain't it? It's, I guess I get bored easy if I'm not busy.
So Kev can only be entertained.
Kev can only be busy.
Yeah, Kev can only be busy.
Yeah. Well, for now, I guess I'm sure there's loads of time to not be busy and sit around the park and play chess or whatever.
But the truth be told, I really love the whole album. Like, I think it's something really different and unique, and just I don't think that when Kev set out to make this album that he ever I never thought it would be what it is. It was just completely unpredictable what came out, the sound you've developed. I think it's really exciting. It's mixing folk, like your more traditional influences with something very modern, and I think if people can have the patience to digest it, I think it's one of those albums you fall in love with.
Oh, thanks.